In the previous screencast, the basics of formatting and data crunching back at the office were covered in preparation for generating the final data tables. Going backwards now, I want to demonstrate the electronic chain of custody as it is generated once you get back from the field. This is the real clincher and time saver, of course, which is why I've saved it for last. Electronic chain of custody, of course, has been upheld as legally valid and has been used in various applications for at least 10 years now. EPA did a study for a Superfund project with 800 samples, and electronic data logging in the chain of custody system was determined to save about 15 minutes per sample, equating to over 200 hours over the course of the project. But of course, with this system, your mileage will vary. But when you account for the clerical time saved typing handwritten notes, I think 15 minutes per sample is probably a reasonable savings for asbestos survey work as well. Obviously, there are other adaptations that could be made to this system to generate an electronic sample log and COC for other samples such as lead, dust, soil, and groundwater, etc. So remember those long days of fieldwork where you finish and you are tired and you think, oh man, I still have a few hours left of work tonight filling out those chains of custody because I need to get these samples out. Well, this is for you. So let's enter the system. So we've logged all our samples on our functional space data table, and now we need to filter out so we're observing just the sample data. So the way we can do that is we can use this filter box here. We can put that the filter criteria is going to be does not equal the dash space, which is our placeholder for no samples, and this pulls up just our rows that have just sample entries. Now we're just going to hide a few of the columns that are not going to be copied over. So let's do that. So we have this range here, which is the data that we happen to have ready to copy onto our chain of custody. Of course, this can vary depending on the client's preference. So basically, what we do is just select all the sample data, copy, and right-click, paste, and boom goes the dynamite, as they say. All your sample data is logged right in, right on the chain of custody. And the only thing left to do then is, if you want it to look a little bit more presentable, is to take and select your data and do a sort, and just sort by your sample number column G in this case, and sort it so that it's in numerical order. I like to do that. Just makes it look like you know what you're doing when your numbers are all in order. And then there's not much more to do except print it off and sign it. The way I have this set up is 10 rows per page. I think it's a lot easier to keep track of 10 rows of sample data, that is. As far as counting your samples, it's much easier to know you have 10 per page. So that's about all that's left to do, except setting the print range. And this is set up with about 20 pages for 200 samples. And so in this case here, we only have 28 samples. So our page cutoff will be here at row 47. So we can just go up to our print area and find that. Change that. Oh, I changed it already to 47. And then we will only print the 3 pages that we need. So, if you are interested in a system tailored to your specific company's style that incorporates some of these automation ideas, Freelance Enviro-Tech would be glad to assist you. As an asbestos inspector, I'm of course available to help you with the fieldwork, on-the-job training, and can help you inspect your buildings or assist however I can. So if you are interested, please contact me. And thank you again for your interest.